Studying for your IT certifications can be difficult when you have a job, have family, going to school. Well, tonight we're going to give you tips and advice on how to study for your IT certifications after this. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bearded IT Dad, where we give you advice and insight on how to grow your career in the IT field. Today, we're going to be talking about studying for IT certifications, and we're going to give you different tips and advice on different ways you can study for your IT certifications that really will hopefully help you study. If you want to advance your career in the IT field, make those six figures, you really have to study for your IT certifications. And you really have to get certified to advance your career in the IT field. So let's go ahead and dive right on into one of my first tips. One of my first tips is, it might seem kind of simple, but actually block time to study. Get your calendar out, get your calendar phone app out, and block time on your calendar every week or a couple times a week to study for your IT certification. And now, actually stick to that. If you have a significant other, get them involved. Have them help you stay accountable to your study methods. And you don't have to schedule out 3-4 hours to cram and study. No, just take little bits and pieces here. Schedule at least like a half an hour study time, or if you can, study for an hour, but don't just do an hour straight. Kind of break that up into smaller chunks. That will make it a lot easier to study for your certifications, to study and absorb that material. Studies show that when you do those long 3-hour study sessions, your brain doesn't actually retain that information. Another advice, and tip for you guys is to give up the Netflix, give up the Xbox, give up that entertainment, that the Tiger King. I know there's season 2 coming out right now, but you're going to have to make some sacrifices to find the time to study. And, it sucks. Tonight's a Friday evening when I'm recording this, and I would love to sit down and watch the newest Disney Plus show with the family, but I need to continue to work to advance my career in the IT field, and that's what I'm doing here tonight with you guys. So you might have to make some sacrifices, and it doesn't mean you're never going to watch it, or play your Xbox. Just put it off for another night. Get some studying done tonight. Another big advice, and this one really helped me, is find pockets of time throughout your day to actually study for your certifications. One thing I did is I downloaded this flashcard app on my phone, and I made these flashcards for myself. And when I've had like a 15-minute break at work, I pull my phone out and start going through my flashcards. It really makes a big difference. It helps keep that fresh in your mind. Find like on your drive home, listen to maybe some of your e-learning lessons. Have a tape playing or something. Just really find time, those little bits of time, and study throughout the day. And along those lines, one thing that can be really useful is utilizing something like the Pomodoro method, where you study in 20-minute blocks. You set a timer and you study for 20 minutes. You shut your phone off. You don't let any other distractions distract you, and you're just focusing on a good solid 20 minutes of studying. When that timer goes off, stop what you're doing, close your book, whatever, get up, go get a drink of water, stretch your legs for like 5 minutes, go say hi to the kids, and stuff. And after 5 minutes, sit back down and do another study session. It really helps give your brain that little bit of a break when you're really focused on studying. So another big advice I have for you guys is utilize the e-learning platforms out there. There are so many different e-learning platforms, such as ITProTV, Pluralsight, INE. YouTube is a great online resource that has tons of free training for you guys. Figure out which way works best for you. If you're more of a book study person, go out and get some books and start using those to study, and make it convenient. Get like, an ebook where you can read on your phone on the go or something. That really just ties back into finding time to study. Also, when I'm talking about e-learning platforms, there's a cost involved with that. And one thing to consider is talk to your employer. Your employer might be willing to cover that cost for you. Recently I asked my employer, that I told them I was interested in signing up for CBT Nuggets, and they were willing to pay the cost of a year-long subscription at CBT Nuggets. And I've used other resources than just CBT Nuggets. But talk to your employer, especially if you're already in the IT field. They might be willing to cover some of those costs for you. Another big giant tip I have for you guys is build a home lab. I'm a strong believer in one of the best ways to learn IT is to have a home lab and be studying at home and actually practicing everything you learn. Whether it's networking, whether it's hardware, get yourself one of these. Get yourself a little Raspberry Pi and start practicing and learning Linux. Get yourself some network switches. Go pick yourself up some Cisco switches if you're learning networking, if you're studying for your CCNA. I have links to all this stuff down in the description below, but go get yourself a switch to build your own home lab. Actually practice and study, and practice what you're learning. And when you're going for these interviews, mention your home lab. Talk about everything you do in your home lab. It really shows you have the initiative to learn this material. So if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the live stream. We are doing our weekly Friday live stream where you can ask me anything about the IT field, whether it's about certifications, learning material, resume tips, you name it, you can ask them here in the stream. If you're watching this on the replay, feel free to ask your questions in the comments below, and we'll try to answer them as soon as we can. Have you guys entered for our giveaways this evening yet? Our drawing ends this evening. Sometime during the live stream, we're going to actually be picking winners for the 2 drawings we have going on. So I want to talk a little bit about studying for IT certifications while people file in. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will answer them. So, let's go back to, I think one of the most important study habits to build is building your home lab. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and in all honesty, to build a good home lab, you don't have to spend any money at all. You can build yourself a virtual machine. If you're in the process and need to learn Linux, I'm actually putting out a video here soon on how to run Linux, run Ubuntu on your home computer. And it is really easier than it has ever been. Here, matter of fact, so I actually just went through the process of installing Ubuntu on this computer. And it is quite easy. You can set up here. There we go. So you can install right from the Microsoft App Store Ubuntu and have a fully functional Ubuntu distribution running on your computer. See, this is a fully operating Ubuntu instance. I can do things like ping, and you can completely learn Linux, and this costs you nothing. If you already have your own computer, you can run this on nearly any computer. The chat, I see chat's coming in. I gotta go to bed, but I truly appreciate everything you do to share and inspire others to pursue their dream jobs. Thank you, Alan. That is what I'm here to do. I am trying to help as many people. My Little Land, is that using WSL2? Absolutely, that is using WSL2. I got a video coming out very soon. Not next week, but the week after. I have a video coming out on my install process and how I got it all set up. I installed Ubuntu a couple months ago, Focal Fedora version. I'm having a blast with it. I just recently installed, or not recently, when I got my last job, or my current job as a director of network operations, I finally decided to dual boot my PC and started running Ubuntu as my primary OS, and I absolutely love it. I use Ubuntu every day. My IT manager that my IT manager that I can start learning Arch Linux. Are you familiar with that? I've never heard of it before. I have never actually used Arch Linux. I'm primarily a CentOS and an Ubuntu, mostly Debian based. But no, I've never used Arch Linux. I have a feeling once you kind of learn it and dip your toes in, if you are familiar with any of the other Linux, it's probably not as scary as you think it is. But yeah, this here I installed Ubuntu on my computer using WSL2. Just like my Little Land is saying, Windows subsystem for Linux. It is compatible layer for running Linux binary executables natively on Windows 11 or 10, 11, and Windows 2019. Absolutely. So you can run Linux binaries executables. You can actually get practice in the Linux command line and start learning Linux and become more comfortable with it. And you can then step up into like a dual boot environment where you're running Linux fully as a secondary OS on your computer. Or if you feel really brave, run solely Linux. Trial by fire. You actually, get in there and start learning. Force yourself to learn. It's a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm just going through my notifications here. Where's everyone tuning in from tonight? It looks like we got quite a few new people tuning into the stream. Welcome if this is your first time. So, I'm actually putting out a video on this, so I'm not going to go too deep into Linux and the different things, but Linux is really becoming almost a requirement in the IT field. It's almost to the point where you're expected to know the basics of Linux, and Linux is, like myself as a director of network operations, I use Linux daily. We have servers that run Linux. We have switches that are Linux based. There's a lot of things that are just based in Linux, and it's really useful to use. So, when you're studying for IT certifications, when you're determining your career path, definitely Linux should be on your list, really in almost any position, or in the job field. Let's see. I just set up a Linux Ubuntu VM. What do you suggest to practice with? I run Linux all the time, or Ubuntu all the time. Are you looking for like practice material and lab material? Or what exactly are you looking for there? How long would you say it takes to transition from working on simulation software packet tracer to physical device, physical topology and maintenance? it shouldn't take long. And if you're using Packet Tracer is an awesome piece of software. It's an awesome emulator, and they've done a really well job with it. You can learn a lot, and in all honesty, you could probably get away with only using Packet Tracer for your CCNA. And just for me, I like the hands-on, actually getting my hands on the equipment and plugging in the wires and being able to power cycle the device. And it's not just for Cisco. Sorry, I got something in my eye there. When I started studying for Juniper, I'm currently studying for my Linux Plus certification and my Juniper certifications, a CCNA equivalent. I went out and bought a Juniper switch. Bought it off of eBay for dirt cheap and started practicing with it. Figured out how to factory reset it and configure it. And unfortunately, this Juniper switch really didn't cut it for what I was studying. It's a good switch, but it just didn't have the capabilities I needed. Having physical topology and stuff, simulations can never touch it. So if you have the budget, I'd suggest getting your hand on some actual switch gear. What are some scenarios that I should run through with my Linux Ubuntu VM in regards to being ready for an entry-level IT job? You'll find yourself updating a lot of programs. Just start learning the different codes. Start with the basics such as copy command, the change directory, list command, and just start working up the ladder. Start figuring out, start using it more, and you'll naturally learn. Find out how to connect a external hard drive to it, how to mount a hard drive and stuff like that. As you get more and more involved, you'll start learning things. Start installing different applications and, doing the maintenance on them, when they need to be updated, and the configuration, and you have to set the time zones and stuff like that. And try to do as much as you can from the command line, because you're not going to always have a nice GUI environment. So that's where I would start. And then if you want to branch out from there, one thing actually I have to recommend. Let me see if I can pull it up. So the Linux Foundation has a entry-level Linux course that is completely free. I went ahead and posted it in the chat for you guys. Click on that link and go check it out. It is a completely free course. It has tons of information, tons of scenarios and practice labs. It's a really good resource to learn Linux. YouTube is another great place to learn Linux. You can check out some of the different YouTubers out there. One I've been watching lately is I think Chris Titus. He does a lot of customization of Linux. Let me see if I can pull that up as well. Let's see. Chris Titus Tech. So go check him out as well. He does a lot of stuff with Linux. Another great channel to check out is Lawrence Systems. They do a lot with Linux as well, and they do deal a lot with enterprise environments. They talk a little bit more about what you're going to actually see in the IT field. So those are some good options to go check out. Let's see, where was I? Some cool projects I like are Guacamole, NetBox, backup solution for other things. Yeah, go install Guacamole. Guacamole is a really great product or project. Go start looking at a lot of the open source projects out there, and there is so much out there for Linux. You can really do some cool stuff. CyberSec, welcome. Seen you hanging around a couple other streams lately. Just wanted to stop by and say what's cracking. Well, thank you. Absolutely. We're just doing our weekly live stream where you guys can, if you're just joining, you can ask any questions you have about the IT field, and we will answer them live on the stream. At some point during the stream, I'm not going to say exactly when, we're going to be announcing the winners for our Bearded IT Dad swag giveaway and our ITProTV swag giveaway. So both of those are going to happen tonight. We're going to be announcing the winners. We are picking 5 winners for the Bearded IT Dad swag, and ITProTV gave us 3 winners. So we're going to be announcing those at some point during the stream tonight. Maybe we'll wait until we hit a certain like count. So if you guys haven't already, definitely make sure you like the video. Let's see how we're doing. YouTube kicked me out of here. I think I've seen you around the cyber and security and INE streams. I've been around a lot with INE streams. Been doing a lot of cool work with INE. We're actually going to be giving away some training later this month from INE. So make sure subscribe, and we're going to give away a lot of stuff from INE. INE has really been awesome to work with. They're a great company. They're coming out with a bunch of great products I can't talk about. They're doing a lot of cool things. So, yeah, I mean, INE is giving away some really cool stuff. So we got 11 likes. How about this? I am going to wait till we hit 30 likes to announce the winners. Or possibly the end of the stream. If we hit 30 likes before we end the stream tonight, I'll announce the winners early. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait till the end of the stream. So, where's everyone tuning in from tonight? Where in the world are you? I know it's a Friday night and it's a little late. Sometimes it can be difficult to get in front of the camera, at times. Busy working, full-time job, family, and all that. Oh, CyberSec, you're actually one of their newest instructors. Awesome. You'll be on the live stream next week. That's really cool. How do you like working for INE? I've been a big, long-time fan of INE, big supporter of them. I'm so stoked to be actually doing some stuff with you guys. You guys are coming out with some cool stuff. So the theme of tonight, we are talking about studying for IT certifications, and I kind of want to hear from some of you guys. What method what methods are you guys using to study for our IT certifications? Are you using just YouTube videos? Are you using an e-learning platform like INE? Are you using books? What is the best way you guys have found to study? Hello, he says he loves it as if he would say it's any different. I always give my honest opinion on everything on here, whether or not I'm actually working with a company, unless you're talking about Cybeardsec. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Anyways, but just so you guys know, I always give my honest opinion, and I never work with a company that I don't either use myself or believe in. For me, it's all about helping you guys grow your career. And if I recommend a company, I fully stand behind my recommendations. Welcome to the stream. You actually do really like it. That's awesome. I used to not be, to be 100% honest with you, I used to not be a big fan with INE. And I think it's just because I really didn't know their content and wasn't familiar with them. And I've started watching more of what you guys are doing over there. And not like the other e-learning platforms, you guys are actually helping motivate people and trying to give them resources to really advance their careers, trying to give them advice on how to switch your careers, going above and beyond, I think, just the basics that some of the e-learning platforms are doing. You guys, you're doing the weekly live streams and talking to people, and they're allowing them to ask questions. And if you can't tell, I'm a big fan of that. So I just think it's really cool that, you're doing all that kind of stuff. My little land, you sleep on books and absorb it through the covers. A lot of times I think, I'll be listening to an IT podcast, and, just by passively listening, I'm thinking I'm learning something, absorbing something. But in all honesty, I actually do pick up on a lot of things by just passively listening to like an IT podcast, like a Security Weekly or something like that. I've been on the desktop support since the start of November, and my manager and I had a talk about learning from the system admin across the hall. How can I learn from them and make the most of it? Ask tons of questions. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. 9 out of 10 times, most people working in this field are so much more friendlier and willing to share this information than you'd believe. Ask questions, take down notes, and figure out what's the best way for you to take notes. Are you just jotting them down on a piece of paper, or you have a notebook, or you, like I was saying, jot them down on a piece of paper and then maybe go back and put them into a program like OneNote or Evernote. Figure out which way works best for you to take notes and refer back to them. But get involved as much as you can, and try to be a fly on the wall whenever they're doing something, an update or an upgrade, and try to absorb as much information as you can. Don't ever think there's any stupid questions, because everyone's been there. Everyone's started from somewhere and moved up the ladder. And if you're always interested and willing to learn, you'll go far. Got any links for networking equipment I could use to study for my CCNA? Absolutely. I do believe down in the description I have, let me see. Home Lab, CCNA Home Lab recommendations. So this is some of the equipment I personally use, and when I studied for my CCNA certification. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm a strong believer in having a home lab and studying on physical equipment. So I go check out that link I just dropped in chat, and go. Sorry, I lost my train of thought again tonight. go build yourself a home lab. Also check out eBay. eBay has some good deals as well. It's a play on cybertech, but with beer thrown in the middle. That's awesome. You feel like an outsider being a clean-shaven dude. I remember a time when I was a clean-shaven guy. It was a long time ago. And ever since I got into the IT field, I've always had a beard, and really don't plan on ever getting rid of it. But you gotta do what's right for you. Currently studying to take the CCNA exam. Resources include Jeremy's IT Lab, great resource, David Bombal Udemy course, which is really great, and the OCG, Greetings from Boston. Haven't heard of that one. Oh, great. Welcome. I haven't heard of the OCG, by the way. But Jeremy's IT Labs and David Bombal's Udemy course are amazing resources. Definitely use those up. I really wish Network Chuck would have finished his free CCNA course he was doing. He has some good material up, but you're on the right track. Oliver, ask if you can drive with them, watching over your shoulder and providing instructions. Absolutely. So, definitely ask, when you're working with the system administrators, ask them, can you be the one typing in the commands? Can you be the one at the keyboard and mouse, and them telling you what to do? So you're actually getting that hands-on experience, that muscle memory. That is definitely some great advice. David Bombal, another great, absolutely great resource. I remember when I was clean shaven. I think I was 12. Absolutely. That sounds a lot like me. I've always had some sort of facial hair for the most part. That's about the last time I had hair on top of my head too. Yeah, there's a reason I wear this hat. It is getting quite thin up there. OCG, Original Certification Guide. I probably should have heard of it, but I haven't actually heard of them before. So, or maybe that was a question. I'm not sure. Chuck needs to finish his certifications right now. Absolutely. I actually was just reaching out to Chuck, and I guess he is quite busy nowadays. But yeah. With your past history in the trades, would you consider IT a trade? Yeah, I would consider IT a trade. You definitely could consider IT actually like a trade field. There is trade schools for IT. So yeah, IT is another trade, and it's just every different trade has its specialties. There is a lot of money and there's a lot of specialties in the IT field that make stupid crazy money, a lot like some of the trades. For those of you who don't know, this is me was talking about before I was in IT, I was in manufacturing. I worked in a mill as a bulldozer operator, and I was making great money. I was making like $70,000 a year as a bulldozer operator, but I was just miserable. I never used my brain. I never did anything technical, and I hated my job. I hated my life. It was just horrible. And I finally decided to make the break into the IT field. I started studying for my A+ and started applying for jobs right away. And before I got my certification, my A+ certification, I landed a job, an entry-level job as an IT support specialist for a hotel chain. Was within that position for 2 years. I started off just doing basic help desk tasks as resetting passwords, creating new user accounts, fixing the printer. And by the time I left after 2 years, I had progressed my position, same job title, but I was designing the entire networking infrastructure for all our brand new hotels we are building and remodeling. Everything from, and not just networking, all the IT infrastructure, I should say, because I was setting up point of sale systems, Wi-Fi throughout, camera systems. I was doing pretty much, if it had an RJ45 jack on it, I was in charge of it. So I really developed my career in that position for 2 years. Then from there, I moved and did a short time as a network engineer for my local school district. And then I moved into a position at my current company as a NOC technician, a network operations center technician. After my 90-day evaluation, I was actually promoted to director of network operations, and I absolutely love it. I'm doing my dream job right now. But the reason I'm telling you this, and hopefully it motivates you, is I was able to, within 3 years, go from zero IT knowledge, no college education. I was a college dropout. I had IT knowledge, but I had no experience. I was a college dropout. I had no certifications. And within 3 years, I was not only able to enter the IT field, but advance my career all the way up to director of network operation. And that doesn't happen for everyone. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of grind, a lot of grit to move that far, that fast. And it's not for everyone. But if you want to enter this career field and be successful and make money and be able to support your family, it is absolutely possible. And that is why I'm telling you this. So Cisco's official cert guides. Okay, that sounds more right. I've definitely heard of that before. So the original wasn't right. Yeah, I've definitely heard of the Cisco official cert guides. I used to have a whole bunch right here, but they have gone and disappeared. So, welcome everyone. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we are doing our weekly Ask Me Anything, where if you guys have any questions in regards to the IT field, whether it is about IT certifications, whether it's about different e-learning platforms, resume tips, how to take your career to the next level, or how to just simply enter the IT field, definitely let me know. Drop your questions in the chat. If you are watching this on the replay, drop your questions in the comments below, and I try to get back to every single one of you guys. At some point tonight, we are going to be announcing the winners for our Bearded IT Dad swag giveaway, and also our ITProTV swag giveaway. So definitely, guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. If we can hit 30 likes before the end of the stream, I'll announce the winners early. We're picking 5 winners tonight for the Bearded IT Dad giveaway, and 3 different winners for the ITProTV giveaway. Let's take a look here. So Cybeard Sec, are you able to tell us what you're working on over at INE? I know you mentioned you're doing cybersecurity with them. Here. By the way, guys, if you haven't entered the drawings, there is still a few minutes left. I believe 5 minutes until the drawings end. So if you haven't signed up already, go ahead and go enter right now. You have, about 5 more minutes. 9:15, the drawings are going to close. Is anyone, how about is anyone working on any IT projects? One thing I've always wanted to do is find a way to take my Raspberry Pi and turn it into a lighting controller for like my Christmas lights, for my Christmas tree lights maybe. I've actually heard of people doing that with Raspberry Pis and Arduinos. And that's a great project to just familiarize yourself with the different scripting languages and stuff out there. Just getting your hands dirty and doing little things like that is a great way to learn. I'll be working on my first course at the moment, which will be an intro into security engineering. Pretty broad overview on how to get into things. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'll definitely have to look for it when it comes out. Matter of fact, let me know if you're not interested, but CyberSec, would you do you want to come on the stream this evening? I can send you a link, and you can talk about it, and I'd love to hear your course, or your career path to becoming a IT trainer. I think people that helped other people get into this career field, I have a special place for them in my heart. People that are willing to go above and beyond and help other people advance their career. Not sure what the timetable for the release yet is. I actually have to record it. That is perfectly fine. I understand how those things work, and it's crazy what all goes into doing that, to the video production and that whole process. I have complete respect for that. Milo Lan, I am working on a script to build out new sites for our wireless controllers. Much easier to do CLI than a clicky in the GUI. Absolutely. You know what? We're going to try this out. If you guys, I'm going to open this up to everyone. If you guys want to hop on the stream and turn your cameras on or whatever and actually have a audio conversation, I'm going to drop a link here in the chat so you guys can join. CyberSec. I'm actually getting ready to head to bed. It's pretty late for us on the East Coast. Absolutely. But I'd be totally willing to do something on later dates. Send me a Twitter DM. I will absolutely. I'm going to hold you to that. Everyone, you heard it. CyberSec is going to come on the show. Well, thank you for tuning in. Absolutely. On the East Coast, it is quite late. We are trying to work on our schedule to start doing these streams earlier, or possibly might move to a Saturday stream, like a Saturday morning stream, just to accommodate more people. But absolutely. So guys, if you are actually interested I've never done this before, so we'll see how it works. If you guys are actually interested on coming on the live stream right now, there's a link in the chat you can click, and you can actually hop on the live stream with us and ask any questions. We can talk about tech. Come hop on the live stream with me, and it's an open invitation to anyone, no matter where you are in the field. Awesome to meet you. Keep doing your thing. Look forward to talking with you. Absolutely. Thank you, CyberSec. I really appreciate your contribution, and you keep doing what you're doing. Excuse me. That pizza tonight is not sitting right. I think INE is a great company. I fully support everything they're doing right now. So, college dropout here too. I was enrolled in a networking set course, and their vision of IT basics training, CompTIA, was the version of basic IT training, CompTIA, was the instructor pointing at a PC components, no hands-on training. That sounds horrible. College just wasn't for me. I just could not do college. I think I was just too young. I was actually still in high school. I graduated a year early from high school, and went to my local community college for the first year, and it just wasn't for me. Have you ever thought about doing some interviews with people in other trades? Are you talking about like other trades other than IT, or in other like parts of IT? Because we've actually done quite a few videos with different people, different positions in IT. We have a video we just did with IT analyst, a AIM manager or AIM administrator. That's access and identity management. We've done one with a Splinux technical support engineer, a Linux Splunk technical support engineer, and we have a couple other recorded that we haven't put out yet. Yes, other than IT. I haven't really thought about doing with other trades, just because we are mainly an IT channel, and our main purpose is to help others grow their career in the IT field. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the chat. If you are watching this on the replay, feel free to drop a comment and we will get back to you. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? What is your biggest "oh no, I messed up" moments? I really haven't had one, I think, yet. I've had a moment where I was on the phone with technical support. They were remoted into a piece of hardware we were using that pretty much handled a third of the internet traffic for our town. And they were doing some stuff on it, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I just lost access. I don't know what happened." And I all of a sudden had a heart sinking feeling, and I'm like, I know what just happened. You rebooted the device. And so it took down the internet to probably about 2,500 different customers. It was a big deal. Luckily that wasn't my fault. That was actually the expert's fault. But I really haven't had any of those "oh no" or "oh crap" moments yet, luckily. But one thing to remember, when you do come across those, it happens to everyone. We are all human, and at some point in your career, you're going to screw up, and you're going to screw up bad. But how you handle yourself in those situations will really determine the outcome. And take it as a learning moment. Take it as an opportunity to learn important skills so you never put in that situation again. What position are you working towards nowadays? I haven't tuned in for a few. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you. I'm currently not working towards any position. Since you haven't tuned in for a while, you probably aren't aware. Beginning of this year, I actually got hired as a director of network operations for a local internet service provider. It's really my dream job. I'm loving every minute of it. I'm working on quite a few different things, so definitely not looking to advance my position anytime soon. Eventually, absolutely. And I really actually hope I can just grow with my current company, because I really enjoy working with them. One of my most memorable oopses was kicking myself out of a device 3,000 miles away because I applied an ACL in the wrong order. Oh, that must be rough. That'd be rough. My little land. How did you end up fixing it? Learning from mistakes is what's ma. The end result was contacting hands on site and having them pull the plug and plug it back in. His was military and I didn't get in trouble, but had to tell the rest of my team the lesson I learned. That sucks. I understand completely. York Yard Ask, welcome, one of our Patreon subscribers. Welcome and thank you for the support. How do you deal with difficult people who also work in IT but feel superior due to their knowledge on things you may not be familiar with? I think from my experience working in the IT field, a lot of times those people are far and few between. A lot of times in this field, the type of person that typically works in this field, most of them are always willing to lend a hand, help people advance their careers, and really are a wealth of knowledge. I find a lot of times there are a few people in this career field that you have to deal with that aren't like that don't want to share information because they want job security, which is really unfortunate way of thinking because that's not the case. But you just have to kind of let it roll off your back, understand it's nothing personal, and there's probably a slight chance you might know more than them, or since you are intuitive and asking questions and stuff, you're going to end up going further than them. You're going to be more successful in the career. So I wouldn't take it personal, let it roll off your back, and just, put a smile on. At one point in time, everyone has to deal with that, I think, in this career. So it's unfortunate. It sucks. But yeah. I'm going to stick this out here again, guys. Like I said, if you guys are actually interested in hopping on the stream and joining the conversation, I just put the link in chat again. We're going to try it out. If anyone wants to hop on and have a conversation about the IT field or tech or anything, feel free to go ahead and click on the link and join us here in the stream. If you guys have any questions about the IT field, whether it's and you actually want to ask them in person, if it's you have questions about certifications, about college degrees, about college education, if you actually have questions, you want to ask them in person instead of just typing them in the chat, click on the link and we'll have you come on the channel. Sorry, I thought I deleted that. Not a problem. Gosh, it's already been an hour. Oh, and the giveaway has closed by now. Let's see. That was a great answer. Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. That is what I'm here for. And like I said, people that you will eventually run into difficult people in the IT field. It's like a 1 in 10 chance. Because like I said, most people in the IT field are more than willing to help and give advice and all that. But once in a while, you'll run into those few people that are just difficult to work with, and you just can't let it affect you. Just let it roll off your back like water off a duck's back or whatever. That pizza is just not sitting good. Getting too old. So let's see. Sammers, welcome. Good evening. I made it through the first week as a help desk technician, live to tell the tale. Well, that is great to hear. How was it? You want to tell the tale? Matter of fact, probably right above your comment right there, there's a link. You can hop on the stream and tell everyone if you want. No pressure at all. We're actually getting ready here to announce the winners of our giveaways. Unless you want to hop on the stream, Sammers. I am actually picking them now. Trying to. That first week as a help desk technician is always rough. I remember when I first entered the IT field, it was such a nerve-wracking week. Probably about by week 2 or 3, I realized it wasn't so bad. I watched your video about the IAM and was wondering if physical security such as door access or gate access and key cards can fall under that umbrella. Absolutely, and likely does actually, fall under that umbrella. Physical security is one part about IAM, so identity and access management. People needing the right access to different parts of the building, the campus. Absolutely. All right, guys. So which giveaway should we announce first? Should we announce the Bearded IT Dad swag giveaway first, or should we do the ITProTV? Let me know in the chat right now which giveaway do you want me to announce first. I have picked the winners. We had quite a few people enter. Don't you all be shy. Yorkyard asks, how do you help those around you care more about their privacy and security? I found that being in IT, a lot of friends and family don't seem to care much about their personal data. You can just, you can't help those that don't want to be helped. What I do is constantly bringing it up though, and just let them know you're the only reason you're telling them is because you care about them, and let them know some of the things you see on a day-to-day basis, some of the things you hear about, and tell them, and they might be willing to take your advice and or input. So but that's a day-to-day thing you're gonna probably live with forever, because just people just don't understand how easy it is to have your information stolen. We're going to be talking about that Sunday. We're actually going to be releasing a video about hacking skills that everyone has, and we're going to actually kind of do a little bit of a deep dive into that. So okay, so I see Bearded IT Dad, ITProTV. Okay, so we got 2 for the Bearded IT Dad, so we are going to start with that. All right, guys, we're going to announce the winners for the Bearded IT Dad. Drum roll, please. I actually got to get back to that one because I was in the ITProTV one. Okay, so we are, like I said, the Bearded IT Dad swag giveaway. We are giving away Bearded IT Dad swag to 5 different people that entered. This is going to be likely consist of a t-shirt and some Bearded IT Dad stickers and maybe some decals and stuff like that. So the winners are Jennifer M, Kion E, Shotgun U, Scott T, and Samuel B. Ooh, Samuel, you were on the stream. You were in our, you're actually in one of our interviews. So guys, I will actually be emailing each one of the winners and requesting your address if I don't already have it from the drawing. But yeah, if you won, congratulations. Like I said, I will be reaching out to each one of you by email. So again, that is Jennifer M, Kion E, Shotgun U, Scott T, and Samuel B. Congratulations, guys. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the ITProTV giveaway. Let's see who won there. So the ITProTV giveaway, ITProTV is donating to 3 different people. You actually get to go on the ITProTV store and pick out one item of swag from their store, whatever you'd like, and they will send it to you completely for free. So, drum roll, please. The winners are... Oh, we have a double winner. He won twice. So, Kion, or Kion, Kion E again, Jose M, and Patrick C. Patrick Connor, Jose M, and Kion. I will be emailing each one of you with the information you guys need to be able to redeem your prizes. Congratulations. All right, let's see what questions I missed. My little lamb. The company I'm working for requires all the new IT people to sit in on the service that's shadowing one of their vets for a week. It is good to see what they go through, even if that isn't your final role. Absolutely, that is. Excuse me. That's actually a really good thing to do. Oh, excuse me. Do you mean talk about it now or schedule a time to speak about it? Sammers, you're welcome to hop on the stream now and talk about it if you're interested. I don't want to, make anyone do something they don't want to do. If anyone actually is interested in hopping on the stream and talking IT or tech or certifications, you name it, I'm going to drop the link down in the chat. Again, like I said, for those of you guys who won, I will be emailing you I'll be emailing you and getting hold of you on how to collect your prizes. Let's see. I heard there might be a video about security coming up. Yes, absolutely. We're actually going to release a video on Sunday instead of our normal release time on Monday. But Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we have a new video coming out, and it's about hacking skills and cybersecurity. And with that, we are going to be doing our next giveaway this holiday season. So, guys, make sure and definitely go check out that video. It will come out Sunday at 10, and there'll be another giveaway. We're actually going to be... Every giveaway from here on out is going to be a bigger and bigger prize until we get to our biggest prize. And, our next one is going to be, a decent amount of money. And then we're stepping up into prizes that are worth over, let's see, after this next one, the prizes are all worth over $500. A lot of training vouchers and stuff like that. So some really cool stuff. You guys definitely want to be subscribed, have that bell notification on, because some of these giveaways we're going to be doing is time sensitive. There's not a long time to sign up for some of them. Dash, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Hello, I am a user. What do I do if my computer is slow? There's several different things you can be doing if your computer's slow. You should be looking into what kind of applications you're running, what is open and running on your computer, what kind of resources you have, what kind of computer do you have. how much RAM do you have, what's your RAM utilization, is your operating system up to date. There is about a bazillion and a half things that can cause your computer to run slow, so need a little bit more insight on that. Congratulations, guys, and thank you, Bearded IT Dad, for the sweet giveaway. Look forward to future ones. Absolutely. Like I said, new giveaway starts Sunday. And unless you are a Patreon subscriber, if you join over on Patreon, like Yorkyard asks, you get early access to all video content before it releases, and early access to all our giveaways too, so you can ensure you have the best chance of winning if you're a Patreon member. Oliver, you want to join the stream, but you don't know what to talk about. It's okay. We can just talk tech. We can talk certifications. If you have any questions at all, feel free and just hop on. We're going to try this. We're going to see, if you guys are interested in hopping on the stream and sharing your opinion, this might be the one and only chance you ever get. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. But the link is there for you guys if you're interested in joining. You hopping on the Discord chat after this for the after hours party? Absolutely. If you guys don't know, I just recently started this. After every live stream, over on our Discord channel, we have like a little after party in the voice chat where you guys can hop on camera or just voice, and it's a little bit more PG-13 over there, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun chatting. Milo Land was over there last time. We actually had a pretty good conversation for quite a while afterwards. What are good gift ideas for the holidays that are IT related? I've already planned on buying some password managers as a gift. Yorkyard asked. I'm glad you asked. One thing, I think they're still doing it. If you want, this would be probably pretty cool for your security-minded friends, but YubiKey has actually given me a discount code. So if you want to buy a security key, a YubiKey, you just have to use this link here. And that will give you, I believe, $5 or $10 off on your cart total. I've actually been considering doing a video about like a holiday gifts for IT professionals. I haven't done it. Other great like techie gifts. There's tons of stuff out there. Techie gifts that'd be great. Depends on really how much you're looking to spend, whether it's headphones. I enjoy nice comfy headphones. Like when I really want to relax and listen to some good audio, I have like these Philips headphones here. They're about $60. I do not have a link to them, to be honest with you. Actually, you just reminded me, I do actually have a gift guide. Let me pull it up. Actually, I think it's in the link down in the description. Sorry, guys. Oh, here it is. Okay. If you go to this link I just dropped in the description, it's my Amazon store, and I've actually came up with some really cool techie items this holiday season. So Raspberry Pi, there you go. Raspberry Pi is really, really cool. Really cool gift. I'd be stoked if I got a Raspberry Pi. Okay, let's see, where was I? Samras, I think I saw you hopping on the stream here. Then you hopped off. But here, while in the meantime, while we wait. So, great tech gifts. So I've actually come up with a small little list. This is actually more security minded. It's got a lot of different things, a lot of different price ranges. You know, whether you want something basic like a nice desk mat. Desk mats are always great. And then actually we were talking about Linux earlier. This is really cool desk mat that I found. It is packed full of tons of different Linux commands. There is like a whole bunch of common Linux commands. So that would make a really great gift for another fellow techie. If you want something like not necessarily techie, I love my Wise Watch, smartwatch. It is an amazing product, and it is only $40. Then if you want to go more like hardcore cybersecurity, you can do something like a Bash Bunny from Hack 5, Wi-Fi Pineapple. That's a lot more expensive. You can get a Raspberry Pi kit. This is the complete kit, like with power supply, HDMI cables, a case, and all that. This is way overkill. You don't have to go this route. It's just a nice bundled package. You know, they have these, you know, there's like these tile trackers on here. Amazon Fire penetration test book. These are the YubiKeys that I linked earlier, actually, that are, yeah, I think they are, if you use my link I just dropped in chat a little while ago, it's actually, I believe, only $45 for these straight from YubiKey. So, sorry, my headphone was dying there already. So, hopefully that was helpful. What other tech gifts that I have on here? Oh, and also in the description below, we had a question earlier about CCNA lab gear, like home lab gear. Let's see. There we go. I have a link to some recommended products, different switches, routers. If you want a little tabletop rack, you'll need a USB to serial, a console cable. This 101 Labs Cisco CCNA is a great book. I actually went out and bought it in paperback form just because I wanted something I could jot notes down. This is a really great buy as well. If you're looking for books, I have a few book recommendations. This one right here, if you're interested in cybersecurity at all, Fishing in Dark Waters is a really good book. It's actually a family member's, one of my family members' friends actually wrote the book. I have actually a couple of paper copies of this one. This is a really great book for offensive and defensive side of malicious emails. It is quite interesting. So, good read. So, those are my recommendations. So, yeah, a cool tech gift would be like, you know, not looking to spend a lot of money, like these desk mats that have tons of different Linux commands and what they do, and all their toggles and stuff like that, all their switches with them. Sammers, were you able to hop back on? How about you, Oliver? Did you want to join the stream? My little lamb, want to come join the chat? Did our stream die there? We're all still here. Okay, good. Just computer was acting weird. I think I lost my audio. in my headphones. It's all good. Well, guys, unless anyone wants to hop on and talk some tech, camera's starting to. I think we're gonna end up wrapping up the stream here soon. Oh, here I spoke too soon. Let me get my other headphones in, since my wireless ones are dying on me. Hold on one second. There we go. How's it going?
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Awesome. Welcome to the stream. How's it going?
I'm doing all right, Dakota. It's a pleasure to, finally meet you, not face to face, but, I guess, but still, in live time.
Absolutely.
I think also this is the first, YouTube. I think this is the first streams I've ever been a part of. So I guess
that's
here's
awesome.
to a new experience, too, in 1 week.
Well, welcome. We really appreciate you hopping on. Tell me a bit about how your job is going. Tell everyone, I guess.
Well, first of all, thank you again for the opportunity to speak about my experience. So the first week, it's been really, it's been really interesting. I would say it's like drinking water from a fire hose, because it's just so much information, from shadowing the IT staff of the organization that I work for, learning about the Active Directory, how they have all the employees organized and set up, of the different permissions that they have. It's one thing to watch videos and do labs on your own time, to learn about and get more hands-on, but doing it for real in a live environment, that's something that's a totally different beast. And it's the company I work for is a pest control company. So they have their own nuances, regarding, it's the people who work in corporate and also the people who work out in the field, to have their own technology that they use, to manage the different jobs that the field staff, the field technicians use. So it's just a lot of learning, listening, asking a lot of different questions, learning about the ticketing system that they use. They use a system called Mojo. It's the first time I've ever heard of the system, but really, it's been great so far. I think for the first time in a long time. While I do, respect, where I came from, and I'm thankful for the experience and how it's been able to mold me and prepare me for what I'm about to do. It's as I'm learning, it's I'm getting a big grin on my face. This week, I've learned how to image a computer for the very first time.
That's awesome.
Connecting it to the internet, downloading an actual image from one of their servers, and then going through the process, going into the BIOS, setting up actual, the actual settings, turning off different ones, turning on actual, different settings in the BIOS to make sure everything goes through. And if things don't work out, just try to troubleshoot, ask questions, ask a lot of questions and figure out, hey, what's wrong? It's all a team. It's a team effort. But really, I'm just, I guess my takeaways for the week is something my supervisor brought up. Just be patient with the process, with the experience, and be patient with myself as well. It's going to take some time, to understand how things are done. Even after 6 months, even a year, where I'm at now, I'm still not going to know everything. I mean, I think like you even pointed out in other professionals, you're never going to know everything. You know, it's impossible. You know, things change so much, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, Bruce Lee. You know, when water goes in a cup, it's the cup. When it goes into the bottle, it's the bottle. You know, just gotta ebb and flow and adapt with every different situation. So you know, just be you know adaptable. You know, stay open minded. You know, learn what you can, and you know, be patient with the process and trust the process, and you know, just don't give up. You know, have a remember like why you want to go into this like in the first place, and you know when things get hard, you know, just remember, remember like why you went into it, and you know and stick with it, and
Absolutely.
also don't do your best not to compare yourself to other professionals, like even on your team or people outside the company. You know, I'm in my early 30s, and a lot of the members of the team are in their early to mid 20s, and you know, some of them, you know, there it's easy for them to grasp the concepts easier than me. And you know, I got to keep in mind, you know, it's like one person in question, you know, he comes from a call center background, you know, so he already has some technical experience. Like me, you know, I come, you know, from nonprofit, you know, community engagement and fundraising specifically. I don't have a tech background, so you know, I just gotta, put things in perspective and just really run my own race. So
Absolutely. Well,
yeah.
and along those lines, do you mind kind of sharing for those who are watching or watching on the replay? What was your journey to tech? You know, what led you to enter the field, and you know, what did you study to make it here?
Okay, so it started in 2007. I was going into college, my undergrad. I knew I wanted to do something computer related because I remember having the original Xbox, not the Xbox 360, the original fat, bulky black Xbox, and taking it apart, finding instructions online, replacing the DVD drive in there because I remember playing the game and it wouldn't read my CDs, the game discs, excuse me. And so my dad bought me a new drive. I took out the old one, installed it myself, and then I started like giving it like maintenance over time, dusting it out, checking it out, making sure everything is good. I think that's really like my first, I guess my first taste in doing something, anything IT related. Um, but then went into college, like you had to take these physics and math courses, calculus, and I said I'm not so sure if I can do this, and went into organizational communication instead. And that didn't really, work out for me career wise. Um, so graduated in 2011, 2013. Washed dishes at a hotel restaurant. Then 2015, I started working for AmeriCorps. It's called AmeriCorps Vista, kind of like the Peace Corps overseas, but it's domestic in the United States instead. So did that for a 1 year term. Then worked in nonprofit. I had another nonprofit uh, until this year, to 2021, and just really like the path that really got me started. I did fundraising, and in 2020, like a lot of organizations, nonprofits do fundraising, do a gala in person. We had to go from in person to virtual, so I had to learn how to do OBS and live stream our event on Twitch. And so, I go on Twitch. That's really exciting. So I took it upon myself to learn it. And 2020, we raised $87,000, which is like 60% of what we normally raise, typically. And then this year we had to do live stream our event again, we raised over 107,000, and that's after expenses for both years.
That's
So,
crazy.
so just really teaching myself, new technologies, something that I've never done before. I figured that's a big part of IT. So I figured, let me try again. Let me see if I can do this. So went after my A plus. Went to a local college. Took two prep courses, one for A plus, one for Network plus. Uh, in July, actually, excuse me, in December 2020, I took the first exam, passed it, then took the second exam, and passed that, and finally getting my certification. And then in October 2021, I attended a technology innovation convention in Orlando. I volunteered in the morning, and then after that, I attended two sessions about cybersecurity. And then one of the speakers was the vice president of IT for the company that I currently work for. Uh, so I waited outside for him to leave the room. I said, "Hello, my name is Samuel. I wanted to say thank you very much for your presentation and taking the time to share your knowledge and share your story. I got my A plus, and I'm looking for a help desk role in IT to get started." He said, "Here, send me your resume." So he gave me his business card. That Friday, that same night, I sent him a thank you note and a thank you card, a physical thank you card in the mail, thank you email, and sent him my resume. That Monday, I got a call from one of his supervisors below him, a phone interview, and then they invited me to an in-person interview that involved both the help desk supervisor, the VP of IT, and another one of their help desk technicians. After the interview, they said it would take 2 weeks, and then I got a call back Tuesday, and then called them back Wednesday morning saying that we want to offer you the position. So, yeah, so I think you're on mute, Dakota.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No
That's a really
worries.
awesome story, and that's a great way. I love to hear that type of story, because you it really shows, if you go above and beyond and really put in the effort, doors will open for you in this career field. It is, that is a really great way to enter. And you know pre pandemic, that's the way I tried to get into the field. Is I went to networking meetups and different meetups, IT related meetups, and started talking to people. And for me, that helped me several different things. One, that helped me with my communication skills and my soft skills, be just going up to strangers and talking to them,
Mm-hmm.
having people I completely didn't know and had to introduce myself. And
Mm-hmm.
two, they started people started to know me. People started to recognize me at these meetup events, and that helped guide me to my first job I applied for. So that's really awesome. I'm curious, what is your kind of career path now that you're in the help desk field? What is your overall goal? What is your end position you're looking to? What's like your dream job?
Well, to be honest, that's something I'm still on the path of figuring out. So right now, my plan is to just keep an open mind, expose myself to different, you know, technologies, different avenues. Where I'm at now, we have a network administrator, we have a system administrator that focuses specifically on security. We have people who manage the company's databases. We even have someone who focuses on Salesforce specifically. And from what I understand, Salesforce is a platform that's like really in demand and will only continue being in demand as the years go by. So so that's kind of like my plan like right now. I mean, I know I kind of asked this question in one of your videos in the past. Um, like I said, I try to keep an open mind, but I don't necessarily see myself being a director or a supervisor, like per se. For me, you don't have to be in a leadership role to be a leader. There are
Absolutely.
plenty of people who are managers who are not leaders, and plenty of leaders, plenty of people who are not managers who are very good leaders. For me, people have told me, I guess my leadership style is not so much like delegating or exerting force over others per se, but I guess it's more, I guess, like hands off, and I guess how I carry myself. At least that's what others have told me.
Yeah,
So
and there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that at all. And that's kind of very much my leadership skills as well, and the way I'm not, I delegate tasks, but the way I go about it is I don't micromanage people. I don't, I trust them. They I can tell them they have something to do, or they either know what to do, and I trust them to do it. And if they don't do it, that's that, at that point it becomes an issue. But um, you know, um, I like to more suggest things than tell them, hey, you have to do it this way, and have
Mhm.
that open conversation with people. I'm all about communication. In all honesty, probably to a fault sometimes where I share too much.
Mhm.
But I think it just creates a healthy work environment. So,
Absolutely. Conversation rules the nation.
yeah, absolutely.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you're fairly new in the IT field. It is perfectly acceptable not to know what your next step is, because in all honesty, I think when you first enter the field, you should at least dedicate yourself to the current position, that entry level position, for at least a year
Hmm.
minimum, if not two, just to really have a good foundation to build your career off of, to
Hmm.
learn all your basic skills. And if you're constantly willing to learn and study, that next position is going to come knocking on your door. The people around you are going to realize your work ethics and your skills you have, and you're going to go far in the field. So absolutely.
Nick, understood. Understood.
So
Not maybe not job wise specifically, but at least certification wise. Since I have my A+, I'm looking at getting at some point like my network plus and my security plus. So like right now, since now that I have this new role, I think for a little while I'm going to focus on like learning like the ins and outs of my current job, and just like again just focus on getting better at my craft. Then at some point, maybe in a month or two, go back to my certification studies.
absolutely.
And yes, yes. So
I was just gonna say that sounds like a great plan. Absolutely. And
right.
it could even be, in all honesty, I think you'd be fine even waiting up to 6 months. There's a lot to learn at a new position, and depending on what all your responsibilities are, because there's no two help desk jobs that are the same out
Mm-hmm.
there. One thing I constantly talk about is job titles in the IT field suck.
Mean nothing.
Yeah, they mean nothing.
Job titles mean nothing. Help
Yeah,
desk in one place is completely different at another place. Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I keep learning. Uh-huh.
And when I first entered the job field, my job title was an IT support specialist, and that was the entry level position.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing entry level stuff when I started. Fast forward 2 years later, I had the same job title, but I was designing the complete IT infrastructure for these 100+ guest room hotels, all on my own. Like, I was Wi-Fi mapping the building, like, and rendering 3D models and viewing how well the Wi-Fi signal was penetrating through the wall material in
Mm-hmm.
3 dimensions. I mean, that's not an entry level help desk position.
No, no, not at all.
But I still
That's
had
a
the same
lot.
job title. Yeah, I still had the same job title. But I really didn't care. I loved it. Actually, I did have a sit down with my boss and ask for a different job title.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought I should have a different job title, but unfortunately, ownership didn't really want to do that because I think they were afraid to have to pay me more money. And eventually, I had to leave that company anyways.
Mm-hmm.
My little land was just mentioning Ekahau. Absolutely, I was using Ekahau software to map that out. But yeah, absolutely. And then when I got my very next position with the school district, my job title was a network engineer. And that's not at all what I was doing with the school district. That was, I think, the most messed up job title. I was working on Chromebooks a lot and doing other
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But anywho,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so you can be in your position for many years and learn and grow it as well. One thing I'm kind of curious is, because I like to ask everyone, is how do you end up studying for your IT certifications? Everyone's different. I know some people like video, some people like hands-on. How do you like studying for your certifications?
For me, what worked for me, well, I didn't utilize this, but I'm also part of the Professor Messer Discord. I joined that recently, and I noticed that at least I'm not sure if it's daily, but at least weekly, there are people in there who have like live, study, sessions for certifications. So I think that that's something that's not a resource that I use, but I think that's something that I would definitely utilize moving forward. I know they had something for at least A plus, but I'm not sure about Network Plus. But
Yeah,
for mhm.
I'm not sure about on their Discord, but I know
Oh, okay.
Professor Messer does do A plus, Net plus, Security plus,
Hmm.
and I want to say he does one other certification as well. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Okay. Yeah. So that also um, and the Professor Messer videos that's a big deal. For me, I actually printed out like the actual like notes, like the notes that he says, like I guess the transcript, and
Yeah,
it's like I kind of follow along with what he says as he's saying it, and kind of highlight like the different definitions. It's like, and also like I bought the books for the CompTIA A plus, and like I also have that to read it. So it's like printing out his transcription and having the books. It's like having two different books, but it's like it's said in different ways, and also flashcards, and taking the flashcards with me like on my breaks. Just going over like the different ports, different definitions, and of course a little bit of hands on. Uh, one of the classmates that I took my A plus prep course with, like he worked for a hospital, IT technician, and they were giving away computers, and he was nice enough to give me a spare computer. It needed a power cord and a hard drive, so I bought a power cord and installed a new hard drive on there, and just open it up and just learned about the different parts of it, and just also actually I'm kind of using it right now as we speak. That's kind of also my home lab. Just open up the command line, get used to the different commands, especially now more so since I'm in my current job role. Um, and also VirtualBox, VMware, having Linux. I have a Linux Ubuntu installed on my VirtualBox, and just going through the commands. How well I do it, that's another story. But hey, I'm still
you
hey,
know,
I'm still learning.
absolutely,
So,
and that's what it's about. I think I've said it like 10 times on the stream. Building a home lab, getting your hands
mhm,
messy, getting into command
mhm,
line, screwing stuff
mhm,
up. Like
mhm,
making accidents in the home
mhm,
lab is what it's about because you learn from those accidents and you have to fix
mhm,
it. Um, that's I think one of the best ways to learn. I had up on screen Professor Messer's website for those of you who don't know who Professor Messer is. He's a YouTuber. He has an awesome monthly study groups for A plus, Net plus, and Security plus. And I think what you're talking about was his course notes here.
Yes,
Um,
yes, absolutely.
yeah, that
Yes.
I never bought him when I studied for my A plus. I did consider it at one time. Um, but when I first was getting in the field, I was just so strapped for cash. But I hear wonders about his course notes. I hear he has also great practice exams and stuff like that. So definitely, if anyone's studying for any of those CompTIA certifications, I mean, Professor Messer is a great resource. Um, I was going to pull up his calendar really quick and see if it showed. It's hard to see, but anywho,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
ProfessorMesser.com, and check him out on YouTube.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
if anything, if anything, it's free training. He
Hmm.
has he has this complete A plus, Network Plus, and Security Plus course out there for completely free. Um, you don't have to pay a penny. You only have to pay if you want to buy his study materials, which is
Hmm.
very useful for studying.
Hmm.
To be able to print them out and have them. He has pop quizzes he does all the
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
Um, that's really cool. And his monthly study groups are interactive, where you actually get to answer questions along with him. I'm
Hmm.
really plugging Professor Messer, but like I
Hmm.
said, I'm all about finding the materials you need to advance your career in the IT
Hmm.
field, and Professor Messer, I think, is one of them.
Absolutely. Hey, don't forget about those podcasts. Download them on
Absolutely.
your iPhone or your Android. Listen to them like on the way to work or during your breaks, on the way home, while you're home doing work or doing chores. Just try to, make time for it. If it's
Abs-
something that's really important to you, you will make time for it.
that's actually when I first was looking to enter the IT field. I mentioned I was a bulldozer operator. I used to put my headphones in and listen to Professor Messer's podcasts while I was driving. I mean, I couldn't. It sucks because I couldn't be doing any of the things I was listening and learning to, but I was still
Hmm.
retaining a little bit of knowledge. And then after I got off of work, I'd go home and practice what I listened to during the day.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or like, you're maybe on your drive to work or something like that. That's a great time learning opportunity, driving to and from work, especially if you have a commute. Like currently I have like a half an hour commute, and I'm constantly finding
Hmm.
myself listening to podcasts. I have really big interest in networking and security.
Hmm.
Um, and so I find myself listening to like Security Plus, or not Security, Security Security Weekly. They have like five different podcasts they put out, and it's really awesome.
All right, I'm going to write that down. Actually, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's Security Weekly. They have five different shows. They have Application Security Weekly, uh, Business Security Weekly, Security and Compliance News, Paul's Security Weekly, and Security Weekly News. You can find them on YouTube, Security Weekly, or on any podcast app at Security Weekly as well.
All right.
I've actually recently started releasing some of my videos I do in podcast form for people to, because maybe they're on the go and they don't have time to watch the video. They just want to listen
Hmm.
to it.
Hmm.
So going forward, I'm going to be releasing every video as a podcast as well. I just don't think I have enough hours in the day to dedicate to an actual podcast. I'd love
Hmm.
to, maybe as we grow as a channel, but for right now, I'm going to at least release everything in podcast form because some people that's a lot easier to listen to and they enjoy it that way.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, speaking of commute, in my previous role, with traffic, my commute was an hour and a half. So
Oh
definitely
gosh.
had a lot of had to make good use of that time. Had a lot of time to listen to podcasts and whatever else. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any other advice for anyone that's looking to enter the IT field? Being new to the IT field, you just went through the process, so it's all fresh in your mind. What
Mhm.
what other advice do you have for people?
Um, I don't know if it's so much IT advice as much as it is general advice. I guess, back to what I was saying before, conversation rules the nation. Uh, you know, just, connect yourself with people who like are in the field or want to be in the field, just like me. And, just, you know, work together, build your network, coming from like nonprofit and, just from like my experience, just I guess I'm just so used to having to put myself out there and building those connections. Just in this case, it was so they could give back, get a sponsor or volunteer. But just you know just get you know, get out of your shell. Like to quote Steve Harvey, inch by inch, everything is a cinch. So like even if a big group like outing is too much, or like a convention like I went to, if that's too much, maybe reach out to someone on LinkedIn, start with one person and say, hello. I see that you've been in the IT field for quite some time. What you do is very interesting. I like to, put time like on your calendar to meet with you and learn more about your experience. What is it about the field that you enjoy? Among other questions that you may have. And I learned like people really enjoy talking about themselves. That's another thing. Um, just don't don't be like me. Don't second guess yourself. Like if there's something that you actually want to do, go ahead, go ahead and do it. Just have faith. Have faith in yourself. Go by your gut. I think that's I guess to keep it simple. Like the voice in your mind, whispers the most profound wisdom sometimes. Um, and I guess going back to the whole like networking thing, someone that I also listened to help me. His name is Ken Coleman. He has a book called The Proximity Principle, and what he talks about is like in order to do the thing that you were put on earth to do, that you're like find your dream job, put yourself in proximity of those who are already doing it. And in order to figure out what it is that you want to do, you have to figure out three things. Uh, One is what it is that you're very good at, talent. Uh, what it is that you enjoy learning about and doing. Like when you do it, like time just passes by, and you're like, man, this is so cool. That's passion. And the third thing is, man, excuse me, talent, passion, and oh yeah, and like outcomes that matters the most to you. Like when you finish this task, like you really feel good. It's like it makes you feel awesome. That's outcomes. So talent, passion, results. And when you find those three things, like in a job role, that means that you found your dream job. Or, but that doesn't mean that what you're going to be doing is going to be perfect. Depending on who you ask, what you do, like every job is going to have aspects, seasons, or situations where you may not enjoy it as much. That's I think that's life. Nothing is perfect, but I would say, and I think it's a problem if what you don't enjoy is also one of your major responsibilities. So I would say, just have have some good self awareness. You really sit down and think about, okay, what is it that I really enjoy doing? What is it that I'm really passionate about? And just really write things down. Don't just think about it in your head. Like actually like write it down like manually. And I think excuse me if I talk too much,
Oh
Dakota.
no,
Just
don't worry about it all. I think this is all great advice, and
uh,
I always like to. And one reason I like to bring people on the channel is to share a different perspective.
mhm.
So please, by all means, go ahead.
Okay, I think I just have one last thing. It's from a podcast that I like to listen to. Adam Grant, Work Life with Adam Grant. Um, I like listening to podcasts, but I think a good takeaway from one episode I listened to was that when people talk about passion, they talk about it as if it's something that you have like deep within you, like the perfect job. It's like it's inside of you. You just got to come out and find it. But for a lot of people, you know, some people, like, you know, when they're like kids, like when they're like really young, it's like they already know like what it is that, you know, that they're really good at and that they're born to do. I think it works for some people like that, but I think for a lot of others, people find their passion by, I'd say, creating it, you know, trying different things. uh you know, it's like at first, you know, people like who like start their own businesses, like they may not like it at first, but as they put in like more effort, more time into it, that's where that passion grows. So, you know, just, you know, again, put the time into it, you know, learn what you can, keep an open mind, uh, you know, put effort in what you do, whether whether you enjoy it or not, you know, honor it to the best of your ability. And you know, you never know what may come from the opportunity that you're currently doing. You never know. And you know, just you know, and just, you know, again, you know, don't give up. You know,
Absolutely.
take it one day at a time. And you know, every day has its challenges, and just focus on the challenges of that day, and just keep, you know, I'll just say it like this. Yeah, if you take a licking, you know, if you take a licking, be like a stab and keep on sticking, man. So yeah,
That's
okay,
awesome.
I'm done.
No, that's great. And I think one thing I take away from that is, keep, when you are going through this change, when you are changing job types, you're changing the career field. You're stepping out into the unknown. It is very scary. You're stepping out of your shell of something that's you've been doing probably for a while. You're super comfortable with. You know what to expect, and you're stepping into something unknown, and you don't know if it's going to work out. In all honesty,
Mm-hmm.
but the what helps, I think, the most is to focus on your end goal, focus where you want to be, focus on what your dream is, and let that be your guide in your career field. If you focus on that end goal, that prize at the end, like me, like I am working in my dream job.
Mm-hmm.
I am is what I focused on. This is what I imagined from day one, and through those hard and difficult times that I felt like quitting, I felt like dropping out of the IT field because of something, really miserable going on. I don't want to go into details, but
Mm-hmm.
I focused on this end goal and persevered, and I'm so grateful I did. And I just want to help others be able to follow this path and continue doing what they want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you, absolutely. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. You shared a lot of great information, a lot of great knowledge.
So yeah, I hope that whatever I said on the podcast, I mean not the podcast, it's a YouTube video, this live stream, like whoever's like watching this either currently or I will be watching it in the future, you know, I hope that you'll be able to take something from it and be able to apply it to, like, your current, you know, situation. You know, if I'm able to help out like one person through what I said, you know, definitely make me feel good, and
Absolutely.
have an opportunity to give back. And you know, thank you, Dakota, for again for the invitation, like, you know, putting out the link and just giving me a chance to, give back and tell my story. Thank you very much. I
Uh,
appreciate you, sir.
Absolutely. And I really enjoy doing this. I love letting people share their story because for me, that is what was the tipping point for me. When I was sitting in that bulldozer thinking of how miserable my job was and I want to get into IT, I started watching videos just like I put out here on YouTube. And that gave me the motivation to step into that unknown. And that's sometimes what you have to do. You just have to step into the unknown and you know give it your 100%. Study for your IT certifications. You might not be a people person, but you got to force yourself out of that shell.
Mhm.
And absolutely, and anytime you want to come back on the channel, I would love to have you on, especially as you grow in your career field.
Mhm.
you like you said, you've been in the career field for a short time, but you have so much ahead of you, and I'm so excited for you. And definitely let us know how your career grows and the different technologies you're working on. I'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I almost certainly will. I'll hold myself to that.
Absolutely.
All right.
All
This is
righty.
awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to let you go here. But again, thank you for coming on the streams. Thank you for sharing your opinion. And if anyone watching the stream has any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm sure you'll see them there. Absolutely. Thank you again.
Absolutely. Yeah, be blessed, my friend. Take care.
You as well. Thank you
And
again.
happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Absolutely. Be watching out for those. We're going to be giving away a lot of free training here. I am so excited about this. I can't wait to share it with you guys. We're giving away some cool training. That's what I kind of wanted to do this holiday season, is give back. And I still have like $12,000 worth of training to give away to people. So I am so excited. I really hope I can help people advance their careers or get their foot in the door.
Yeah, you heard them. Subscribe. Go on to join the Discord. Share on Facebook, Twitter, social media. This gentleman right now is being a blessing to so many people. I can attest to that. So, please, do your part to spread the word about, Dakota's channel, and and hey, you never know, you might become the lucky winner.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, again, thank you for coming on. I'm going to let you go here.
Okay. All
right. Have a great evening.
All right. You too. Take care.
You as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
That was a great interview. Thank you a ton again for coming on. I'm actually going to I just posted a link to our Discord in the chat. After the stream, we're going to do a little after party over on Discord where you guys can hop on chat, hop on video in our voice channel, and participate and act a little bit more one-on-one. We open up the floor pretty much to, there's pretty much no topics off the chat. We can chat about everything and anything in tech right now. But I'm going to put this one more link here in chat and just see if anyone else wants to hop on the stream right now and share their journey in the IT field. I just want to open it up once again. And if you guys are working in the IT field and are interested in sharing your journey, your path through this amazing career field, go ahead and click on the link and hop in on, and we will have you live on the stream right now. Or if you are looking to enter the IT field and might have a quick question that you'd rather talk about instead of just dropping in chat, go ahead and click on the link and we will have you come on the channel. So let's see here. I'm going to check a few things really quick. Where did my video go? Oh, there it is. Absolutely. That was a great interview. It's so impromptu. I really put him on the spot, and he did an excellent job of telling his story and his motivation. By the way, I want to let you guys know, if you've been stuck through this the video this far, the live stream this far, if you guys didn't win either of the drawings, I'm going to put a link to ITProTV, where actually you can click on the link and create a free account. And if you use that link, ITProTV is offering a ton of different free training material out there. So after the stream, I will update the description with that link, and you guys can go sign up for a free account with ITProTV and continue studying and continue getting knowledge to advance your career in the IT field. Well, it doesn't look like anyone's hopping on the stream. give it anyone who's interested in hopping on and chatting a couple more minutes to hop on the stream. If not, we're gonna probably wrap this up here really soon. So last chance to drop any questions you might have in the chat. Actually, I just missed one from This Isn't Me. What is your greatest accomplishment in the IT field? I think my greatest accomplishment I've ever, like in the IT field, just in general, is being able to go from an entry-level position to a director of network operation within 3 years with only having my A+ certification. I think that is pretty rare. I feel very fortunate and blessed. But that is my greatest accomplishment. I never thought I'd be where I am today. If you were to tell me 3 years ago when I was first entering the field, hey, 3 years time, you're going to be the director of network operation, making a stupid amount of salary and, all that, I think that I would have laughed at you. That is my greatest accomplishment. I love what I do. It's a lot of fun. So my little land, I will hop on another day. My career path is too long for tonight. Absolutely. I do hope you hop on the Discord after this. I think we're actually going to end up wrapping up the stream. It's been 2 hours, guys. I think this is one of my longest live streams I've done. I really appreciate you guys for sticking around the whole time. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Guys, the link is to the Discord. If you're not already a member, is in the chat. Come over and hang out for the after party. Give me about 5 minutes to wrap everything up here with the stream. I'll be in there. Be on the lookout for Sunday. This Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be releasing our latest video in our holiday giveaway series. It was a really fun video to create. It dives into hacking skills that everyone has, hacking skills that everyone uses on a day-to-day basis and they don't even know about it, and really shines light on identity theft and the different tools that hackers are using. So again, that's coming out this Sunday at 10 p.m. Pacific time. And we'll be doing our very next giveaway for some actual training vouchers from TCM Security. So, all right, guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll be live again, I believe, next week, next Friday at 8 p.m. 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, but if you're have any questions in the meantime, feel free to drop them in our chat. Feel free to drop them in the comments or in our Discord channel. That's the best place to ask them. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy.